What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another entertainment video. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, I appreciate the love, y'all. We growing steady, slow, but we here for it. But tonight, going to be talking a little bit, or today, I should say, we're going to be talking some Chicago Bulls. Bulls lost to the Mavericks last night. They're hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight in the second of a back-to-back. Bulls lost to Dallas last night, 119-99. That now makes 3 losses in a row for the Bulls, drops them to 3-5 on the season. Luka Doncic led the Mavs. He had a double-double with 27 points, 13 assists. 4 other Mavs hit double digits. Kyrie added 17. Dallas came out, second half, scored the first 13 points, and ended up leading by as many as 30 points, so it really wasn't close at all. Bulls were without Lonzo. They were without Zach LaVine, who missed his second straight game. But Vucevic did have a double-double again, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Really, the only bright spot last night was rookie Matas Buzelis, 13 points, 3 of 4 from 3. And Billy, we need to play the rookie more, brother. Please, brother, play the rookie. Do what you got to do. But Dallas out-rebounded us 51-47, or my mistake. We out-rebounded Dallas. But Dallas was without Derek Lively and P.J. Washington, so only out-rebounding them by 4 is not really saying much. And they outscored the Bulls 60-48 in the paint. So like I mentioned, Bulls host the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight in the second of a back-to-back. And honestly, I think unless Minnesota just comes out asleep, I think the Bulls lose their 4th game in a row tonight. And I mean, let me know what you think. I don't think they're really going to have a chance tonight against Minnesota, but I think Minnesota comes into Chicago tonight, beats us. Bulls lose their 4th in a row. But drop a comment. Let me know what you think. But taking a look at yesterday's game and just some of the stats here. Let's get the double screen rolling. And I got some red lights in, guys. I got this new little like LED lights I installed. So got the vibe going. Got the Bulls red. Got to see red. Even though we're not going to see a lot of W's, we're still going to see red. All right, so take a look at these scores from yesterday. You know, we got pretty much outplayed in every facet of the game last night. Every stat besides those rebounds I was talking about, we got outplayed in. You know, it's not really too surprising considering that Dallas did make the NBA Finals last year and considering that the Bulls are probably one of the worst teams in the NBA. But just not close at all, not really a competitive game. And let's see here. You could take a look at some of these stats. Patrick Williams, man, not really much happening. Can't believe he even got a contract extension. But Vooch, like I said, had that double-double. Josh Giddey did have 10 points, 6 assists. Kobe White, if we had any chance at winning, he needed a big game. He only had 8 points, 1 of 7 from three-point land. But Dallas, they did add Klay Thompson, Quentin Grimes, Najee Marshall, and Spencer Dinwiddie this offseason. So definitely, probably, let's cancel those out. I'm going to say this is probably the best roster that Luka's had since he's been on the Dallas Mavericks. And that's a lot saying that they were in the finals last year, but Klay Thompson, obviously a game changer. And the big difference, I know people were talking about Klay, saying that he's washed up, but the difference is on the Mavericks, there's 2 guys like Steph Curry that make plays, and Klay Thompson's just wide open versus last year on the Warriors. Pretty much Steph Curry, after they got rid of Jordan Poole, there wasn't really a lot of other playmakers. So it's a lot easier to focus in on Klay. So Klay in a Mavericks jersey, different. And if you go look at Klay's stats from last year, bro, he was balling out. He was shooting better than I think he was shooting either the average or better than the 3-point average. So a lot of it was just kind of him fighting up against how good he used to be. He's still a really good player. Najee Marshall coming over from the Pelicans. He's a solid wing defender, especially because they lost Derrick Jones Jr., who's now on the Clippers, I believe. Was it the Clippers? Forgot where he's at. He's somewhere. Yeah, he's on the Clippers. Just watched him yesterday. And then Spencer Dinwiddie, who's been on the Mavericks like 70 times. He's back. He was on the Lakers last year. But Spencer Dinwiddie. So team's a lot deeper. They still got Kyrie. Still got Derek Lively, who's injured. They got P.J. Washington, who was out last night. They got Daniel Gafford still. They got Maxi Kleba. They got Jalen Hardy. I mean, the Mavericks got a whip, guys. So, I mean, like I said, this is arguably the best roster that Luka's had since he joined the Mavericks. And I really do think that Mavericks are probably a favorite to make it back to the NBA Finals. And I could see a Celtics-Mavericks Finals again. This is a newly retooled team for the Mavericks with some new additions. So maybe Klay sneaks another ring in without Steph, which would be wild. And he gets another ring over the Celtics, which would be crazy. But let me know what you guys think. I think the Mavericks probably going to make it back to the finals. And If you go back to some OG videos from last year when I first started doing any videos, or not last year, still this year, last season in the NBA, you'll see I did pick the Mavericks to make it. So I'm just saying, I did say the Mavericks were going to be a sneaky pick. But Mavericks, man, they're legit. You take a look at some of the minutes last night. Luka played the most at 32, and he did the most, 27 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds. Gafford had 17. Kyrie had 17. Clay had 13. They had everybody playing last night, bro. And that's Mavs now. They're 5-3, 4-2 at home. They're playing, I think, Friday at Phoenix, which is going to be a good game. Let's take a look real quick. Come on, slow ass internet. And we're hardwired in. And it's still not giving me love. Oh no, at New Orleans. Never. Oh no. Thursday. Oh no, I was right. All right. So yeah, Friday Friday they're hosting Phoenix on ESPN. That's the plug for me right there. So that's going to be a good game. That's definitely a Western Conference type of finals, semifinals preview. But on the opposite side, guys, stop talking about the Mavs. This is more of a Bulls type of video, Bulls type of you dig. Going back to talking about the Bulls, man, we're on the opposite side of the spectrum from the Mavericks. Mavericks close to the finals. We're probably closer to finishing worse than the NBA. Lonzo Ball returned this season. He's already out. Zach LaVine's been injured a lot these last few seasons. Now he missed his second game in a row last night. I mean, having to rely on Vucevic, Kobe White to do the scoring, that's probably like the 1,002 ranked duo in the whole NBA. Like, that's not a duo that you're going to expect to go out there and perform night in and night out. We really have no defense on the interior. Vooch is a giant that can't jump, that can barely move his legs, so you can't really rely on Vooch. And Jalen Smith, not the greatest defender. I like him, but having to do everything, it's just unrealistic for the guy. And then Patrick Williams, man, this dude's just been a joke to me. He's got all the athleticism, all the tools, and dude just doesn't do anything. I think he had 8 points last night. His season high right now is 13 points for Patrick Williams. Matas Buzelis had 13 points last night in less minutes. He went 3 of 4 from 3. And I'm saying Matas needs to play. Patrick Williams, put him on the bench, bro. We need to see what the rookie could do. That's really what this whole season's about. We're not going anywhere. I don't want to make a play-in game again. I either want to finish last, get Cooper Flag, or at least let Matas play, finish 5-6, and see what he's got, bro, because I think he's got something. But last night, loss. Tonight, going into a little bit of a preview for the Minnesota game. We're hosting Minnesota back-to-back. So the Bulls had to fly back from Dallas, get back to Chicago. Not that long of a flight. I think like 3 hours Central Time, so not a big change. But still something. They weren't at home. Minnesota didn't. I don't think Minnesota played last night. Let's take a look. I hit Dallas again. What am I doing? Oh, wait. No, there we go. Minnesota, did they play last night? What's today? No, so Minnesota hasn't played since Monday. So they're going to come in pretty fresh. That's like an hour flight. So they're not even, they don't worry. It's on NBA TV. But Minnesota coming in, they're 4-3. They also were in the Western Conference Finals last year. They're being led by Anthony Edwards, the truth. Dude's a dog. Definitely one of my favorite younger players in the NBA. But T-Wolves, like I said, they're 4-3 on the season. Anthony Edwards is averaging 27.3 points per game. The T-Wolves, if you guys don't know, they did trade Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks this year. In return, they got Dante DiVincenzo, another redhead Italian. Let's get it. And Julius Randle. Mavs beat the Timberwolves last year in the Western Conference Finals, but I still think Minnesota is probably at least a top 4 team out west. And, you know, they're still trying to get their rhythm together. They added DiVincenzo. They got rid of Karl Anthony Towns, brought in Julius Randle. Mike Conley's minutes are down this season, so it looks like they're trying to incorporate DiVincenzo. Rob Dillingham, if you guys know some college basketball, he got drafted out of Kentucky. He's nice. He hasn't really been playing too much. Even, what's his face? Why can't I think of his name? Shannon or whatever from the Illini. Forgive me for my Illini people. I forgot his name. Oh, Terrence Shannon Jr. There we go. Terrence Shannon Jr. also on Minnesota, hasn't really been playing. But like I said, I still think they'll be a top 4 team. Randall might not be the shooter that Karl Anthony Towns is, but he's actually leading Minnesota in assists. I think about 3.6 assists per game. And that's really kind of what sets the difference between Karl Anthony Towns, between Julius Randle. Is Julius Randle's a little bit more of a shot creator. Karl-Anthony Towns probably more of a shot maker, spot up shooter. But in the playoffs last year, it pretty much was just Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards trying to create the offense, make the shots. So I think their thought process is, hey, not only can DiVincenzo shoot and, do some of that shooting that Cat was doing, but Randle can also do some creating. And he's not shooting bad either from three. So definitely want to catch another one of their games. I love watching Minnesota play, so it's going to be fun watching them beat the Bulls' ass tonight. But definitely a lot to look forward to for Minnesota, not for Chicago. Lonzo's already ruled out tonight. LaVine is a game-time decision. Regardless, I think we're going to lose tonight to Minnesota. But like I keep talking about, one thing I'm going to keep my eyes on is the rookie, Matas. Got to watch him. Dude has the full package. He's tall, lanky, can shoot, can get to the basket. Does got to put some muscle on, but who doesn't when they're 19, 20 years old? But no matter what our goals are for this season, the rookie has to play. Billy, brother, put in Matas. Put the rookie in. If you want to win, you got to put the rookie in. Put in Matas, bro. Patrick Williams, put him at the end of the bench. Dalen Terry, end of the bench. Matas, get your ass in the game. Come on, Billy, step it up. But thanks for checking out the video, guys. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Entertainment. Chicago Bulls tonight. We're in for a long year, guys.